Top of the morning to you laddies. This is an episode about coffee. So, I have Top of the Morning Coffee, which was created recently by Sean McLaughlin, the greatest thing to hit Ireland since Catholicism. He is known to be a philanthropist and a YouTuber, and over the last 4 years or so, he has donated through charities and raised about 5 million so far. So, pretty good guy, even if you don't like the YouTubes. So, we're going to talk about the coffee, which is Midnight Oil, but first I'm going to introduce my guest, the sorceress. Top of the morning coffee. Man, this smells good. We're going to be making actual coffee. We're going to grind our own stuff. I have all of this and no experience doing it, so this is going to be a shit show. So, you're going to need 1 metric coffee. I don't know how much. I'm covering more than the blade.
We'll find out.
Yeah. You done yet? Yep, same.
Yes. Look at that.
Okay. That's not right. Coffee everywhere. So the interesting thing about coffee and making coffee is the darker it is, the more bloom it has. Bloom is like that frothiness when you pour water into it. So I should be measuring this coffee, because what you do is you add twice the weight in water that you have in coffee grinds. Usually I make cocktails, so that's really easy. This is not my forte. I need to make some messes.
Yeah.
Get your teapot. Mine is a really old-fashioned pot. Your water should be a specific temperature. The numbers are below. Anywhere between 170 and 200 should be fine. So basically, if it's not boiling but it's just below that, it should be fine. When you first get a coffee wet, it blooms and gets all bubbly and whatnot. That's actually the CO2 from it roasting coming out, which over the first 2 weeks of getting a coffee, the CO2 naturally leaves. So that's why fresh coffee is best. It's actually because of the CO2. You bloom a coffee so that way you get rid of the CO2, which has a acidic taste, or a sour taste. CO2 has a sour taste. By waiting 30 seconds when you bloom it, it's getting all the CO2 and gases out of it. That's why the coffee tastes better. It's not just because it's less sour, because some people like sour. It actually also allows the oils and the aromatics to bind with water, because CO2 is actually hydrophobic. So it basically breaks down to the simple version. If you don't bloom coffee, it's sour and watery. So cheap, fast coffee, that's why it tastes like that. Now that I've stalled and talked, we're gonna pour the rest of the water in. And then from here, it's however much coffee you want. You don't need to worry about it, just dump your water in. You can't really screw this part up. I like this part. Forgetting something. Bloom it, age it, darker. Oh! You actually get more bloom from harder water. Soft water actually doesn't give you as much bloom for some reason. So don't worry if your water's hard or soft. Straight from the tap, you're perfectly fine. If it's harder, it'll actually bloom better and taste better. Someone did science on this and research and yada yada. I'm not that guy, I just use it knowledge.
Fabulous. I'll stop complaining about my pipes.
Yeah. I was kind of really surprised by that, but yeah, because it's harder, it has, from my understandings and my assumptions, more molecules and more things in it to actually bind the aromatics to.
Okay.
Which makes sense because it has a diversity of things to chemically bond to. How much coffee is in here? I don't know about you, but I'm not patient enough for coffee.
I didn't know there was so much chemistry involved in coffee.
Yeah.
But I also drink it in the morning, so not awake enough to chemistry.
Yeah. So the main reason I have the Sorceress on cast today is she actually likes coffee. I do not. So...
Some would argue I've replaced my blood with coffee. With prestidigitation.
But yeah, I do not like bitter things. I do not like coffee. I'm a monster, and yes, I'm allowed to be wrong.
And I like my coffee as dark and bitter as my soul.
Accurate. I think I might have too many grounds.
Possible?
I'll have to look into this. I'll probably put this in the notes below. Magically here pretending like I know it.
Fun fact, if you drink sufficient quantities of coffee, your sweat smells like coffee.
Interesting.
I feel like the world needs to... Please delete that.
I know from experience it is.
The fighter apparently drinks coffee.
No, I work with people who drink lots of coffee and sweat profusely.
Mm-hmm. The way to deal with sweating profusely with drinking lots of coffee is to get coffee-scented body soufflés and just lean into it.
So that's clever. I like it. But soufflés.
It's like a
Like
fancy
it's bad enough
lotion.
they deflate when they come out of the oven.
Bougie lotion.
I will take your word for it.
It's fair. I rolled my character as a noble, so I have more gold.
Nice. Yeah, I picked the fun background, not the rich background. It's nice how we have a lot of dead time so we can cut out the really bad jokes.
It's like, I'm sorry, I only have bad jokes.
You're in good company. The fighter's over here laughing at us.
I am. I could make it so much worse, but I'm doing my best to be quiet. The mic is by. It's picking both of you up.
Internet, get him!
And when they do, they finally find out I was raised by.
You were by the whole time.
Untrue.
It can't hear you.
You're
We
defenseless. I cast silence on you.
It works.
So
I'm
normal
technically
here.
also the GM.
Uh-oh. I better behave.
A bard GM, what's there to be afraid of?
I mean,
Let's use this uncouth bowl to just hide our coffee shame.
if I
Okay.
had more wisdom, I would never be on the ship with a bard. They're always trouble.
Yeah, but we're always the bartender. Except for the paladins who want to open a bar. So I'm actually going to forego my cup. Because I want to actually be visible. We have sugar.
Oh, thank you.
Cream.
It's probably fair.
Yeah.
It's- yeah.
You can have these
Thank you.
at your leisure. Perfect pour for a wine glass, but not for a coffee cup. So, here's to trying coffee,
Cheers.
hopefully. It's bitter.
Yes. Although, it's a little less bitter than I expected. You brewed it very well.
It's actually got a really nice amber color. The weird thing is I'm not gagging.
It's very smooth.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's got a really nice round flavor, and oddly it has an evolution, which I didn't expect.
It's got kind of nutty notes to it.
tastes like my childhood.
Do we want to know?
Aside from the bitter, my parents and my godmom always basically lived on coffee. So I'm used to the smell. It smells great, always. Well, the Bardic sipping test, I keep sipping it. I haven't put it down yet. So apparently I like it. I'm confused, but I like it. Because apparently dark roasts, I think you told me this, take to cream really well? But I don't know.
We'll find out.
It certainly looks like it. That's really good. I was thinking about adding sugar with it, but I don't think it needs it.
No, this blend is really smooth.
Yeah, it's like the more I drink it, like it keeps getting new notes. It's got like a really, I don't know how to describe it, but like the cream really takes to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to describe it.
I feel like it kind of mellows some of the bitterness without taking away from some of the other flavor notes.
Yeah, it definitely cuts the bitter dramatically. Because this, I would just expect to be like some cold brew you'd buy somewhere. Except it's hot. And it smells really good because of it.
I feel like it would go really good with Godiva liqueur.
Yeah. I was just thinking chocolate. We have chocolate. I'll be right back. That'd be a monster.
I used to make martini type things with coffee, vodka, Kahlua, Irish cream, coffee, and other things.
Ooh, holy shit. That's good. There.
I mean, who needs sugar when we can add booze?
True. Very true. Have we mentioned we're in Wisconsin yet?
They probably figured it out.
Probably. I'm gonna try it.
It feels like the perfect Corona time beverage because you can kind of just have it evolve throughout the day.
Uh-oh. I hope that's not crashing.
Uh-oh.
I don't think the vanilla did it favors.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Actually, the beverage included coffee, vodka, Everclear, Kahlua, Irish cream, amaretto, and Godiva liqueur. It was like a Long Island iced tea, but coffee instead of Pepsi.
Nice.
It's pretty fantastic. Yeah, some interesting adventures ensued from those days. One time I put it in a Starbucks coffee thing, and my roommates pulled that one of them out of the fridge because they were running late to their finals, and they were chugging it in their finals, and by the end of their final exam, they were both hammered. And I wanted to feel regret, but really, I think it served them right for taking my coffee.
My big question is how
Also, they still got A's. I would have felt bad if they had done badly. Maybe.
Okay, the mic is dead. That's not a big deal.
For real though, this is the perfect drink for quarantine because you can start off just coffee and then just gradually add to it as the day progresses. So by happy hour, I'm feeling really happy.
Yeah. It's like, I'm okay with that. I don't know how to end this episode. I really don't. Luckily, it's picking her up.
It's because I'm very, very loud.
I was gonna say because of beauty, but you know.
Decaf really is a sin against humanity.